Make it a little closer.
Hey, Shalom. We'd like to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Ruach Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS who have the 100% spirit of Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai in them. Greetings and salutations to the brothers in this country and all over the world who are scattered abroad, prophesying in the name of the Heavenly Father, which is Yahweh, man, it's Satan, man. Yahweh Shai, all right? So as you can see in the title, we have, it's a bunch of words I just put together. Is basically a Bible ban that's happened in California. You have the article, what's it called, AB2943, which deals with the Bible ban being done in Cali, and soon the whole country. All right, and you have, and it's also related to Trump equals Hitler. He's doing the same steps to do the takeover in America, and basically it's fascism. You know what I mean? Or totalitarianism. I believe that. Yeah, you know how to say it pretty good.
Totalitarianism.
Excuse our speech, man. You know, but okay. So I guess first we'll start off by saying that, brothers probably already know there's been a Bible ban in Cali. All right, they passed a bill out there, and the bill is called AB 2943. The brother got the info on that. All right, and we're gonna go into some history. Brother got some history on Antiochus IV, of how Antiochus IV, what he did to Israel is try to take away their customs from them. He tried to take away their worship. He broke down their temples. He was force feeding. He was forcing the people to sacrifice swine onto the Greek gods. It was a complete takeover to try to take away the children of Israel from their customs. Same thing right now. This bill is based in an attack at the end of the day to the true people who worship the Most High in trueness, which is none other than the Hebrew Israelites, and none other than the GMS camp and anybody who follows suit after GMS camp, and none other than people going out there and prophesying in the name of Yahweh Shema Shai in truth. This step is to get to the men of the Lord. All right. You have something to say, Robert?
Yeah, and to bring that one world religion.
Yeah.
Because they not only want to come after the true worshipers of Yahweh Shai, which are the ones that came back to our nationality. They want to get to people that those peons, you peon Christians. They want to do away with all religion and just have one worship, which is the what? The worship of Satan. So pretty much that ban in California, which they want to do all across America, is what the beginning stages of what the famine of the word. They want to try to ban the Bible.
Hey, and this brother got a book on it to read. I'm having now, which goes in. You could go. You pretty know much about it. That it's called the New World Order book.
Ralph A. Epperson.
Yeah. Ralph A. Epperson, right? And that book goes into the whole plans of the elites, what they're trying to do to make that complete takeover, to bring in that New World Order, and for them to bring that New World Order, which is really to do away with the old order, which is the old order is what? The Bible, man, the laws of the Bible, and they're trying to bring that New World Order of Satan, man. All right, and it starts with taking away the Bible. It's already started. They passed laws for all homosexuals to get married, and the Bible ban is linked to homosexuality. All right, and we're gonna bring that out. Matter of fact, you got a script or something?
Yeah, I got something.
And then you can start with the article.
Right, the article. Yeah, go ahead. So this is seeing a lot of these scriptures are gonna come out. Like this one comes out a lot. This is but that's okay, man, because we're at the time of these scriptures, coming to light. So yeah, these scriptures are gonna come out a lot. The RFID scripture, which is a mark of the beast, that's gonna come out a lot, as well as this scripture, right? Because it's permanent now. Okay, it says, this is Amos 8:11. It says, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will send a famine in the land." Okay, and that famine of the land is not speaking about what this scripture is going to explain. It's not talking about a famine of food, which a famine of food is going to come also. But the famine is speaking about the word, man, which is what the Bible, which is something that you damn devils are trying to ban. The same thing that Antiochus, which is documented in Apocrypha, he tried to do also. All right. It says, said the behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. And how do you hear the words of the Lord? It's through this book. Okay, it's through this book, which this book was only this book is only written for the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's right. Which are the Israelites. Okay, the real biblical Israelites. All right, and this is one tool, which you see Esau tries to get at it at many levels, right? They try to ban the Bible, right, and also they try to bring at the same time, they use the excuse of bringing in or trying to normalize homosexuality and transgenderism, you know, at the same time. These damn devils, the tactics of the devil, man.
These
all
people
right?
are fucking devils, man. That's why we have a big title, because we're gonna, Lord willing, tackle all those titles, because what's going on with this Bible ban is ultimately linked to them bringing in this Satan worship, this New World Order. But like the brother said, they're trying to break it down, and by what? The same old thing, you already know, trying to bring in homosexuality into the picture, man, and to try to use that to bring down the Bible, man, to not be judged, because they're trying to escape judgment. That's why they're trying to convince the world, like, you know, the Bible's wicked, but the Bible's a glorious book to a certain people, man, righteous book.
Yeah.
All right. So we're about to get into it. Also, I put Trump equals Nazi. Trump equals Hitler, which is Nazi and fascism, because that's really what's happening now, man. You don't have any rights. You have another incident in Pennsylvania, where I may post on my site later this week, where a family, they're suing the state of Pennsylvania because they're in a certain town, they're not allowed to study the Bible, okay? And they're taking the city to the court, and that's another proof that they're trying to bring down the scriptures, okay? I forgot my point, but we'll just go right into it. Oh, I was saying that Trump is following the ways of Hitler, because the same things happened in Germany when Hitler was coming into power. When Hitler was coming into power, all right, what did they do? They burned the books. That was for a different reason, but it's the same kind of thing. It's the same concept. They were burning books in Germany under Hitler because they were trying to promote their heritage, promote their country, and to not have any outside influence, any outside books trying to influence their country. They're about that German pride, and that's a good thing. So that's what they were trying to do. But the thing is, that was the beginning of the takeover that Hitler did, and that happened in right after the 20s, but in late 20s or 1930s. Actually, I think the 1920s. The late, that's when that book burning happened, and Hitler was rising in power. It took him 20 years to rise to that full power, man.
I believe, yeah, because you said after World War I.
Yeah, yep.
I think World War I was over like 1921.
1921. Yeah.
That's from 1918 to like 1920, early 20s, basically. I'll say like 21, something like that.
So the buildup of Hitler rising in power started a little bit after World War I.
Yeah.
Okay. And and during that time, they were building up their country, and they did. But the first steps for them to take over, and I'm going to get into it, was they had to burn books. And that's the same thing that Hitler's doing. He's doing, and they follow suit. They follow the same suit as Hitler Germany, which they're not in power. As you know, the international bankers, the corporate leaders of the world, they're the ones that construct the events that happen in the world, man. Whether it be burning Bibles, banning Bibles, or war. Okay, but we'll get right into it.
Real quick, this is the Nazi book burnings. This is on the Wikipedia, and it says Nazi book burnings. And it's the Nazi book burnings were a campaign conducted by the German Student Union, the DST, a ceremonial burned books in Nazi Germany and Austria in the 1930s. The books targeted for burning who were those viewed as being subversive or as representing ideologies opposed to Nazism. These included books written by Jewish, pacifist, pacifist, religious, classical, liberal, anarchist, socialist, and communist authors, among others.
Yeah, you just said religious. So that was one of the books they burned religious books. You know, yeah, that goes into what America's trying to do, or what California's trying to do. They're trying to ban these books. Why? Because it cuts them. The same thing they did with the Bible destruction book. What did they do? They took out this part of the Bible, the Apocrypha, which was part of the Bible. This brother has a Bible that has Apocrypha in it, man. You know? So the same thing is the same thing. Same old game, right? Okay.
And this is
let's read that.
This is the article. This is AB 2943, and I'm gonna get straight to it. It says the people of
that's the bill. You gotta. That's
the assembly
bill.
bill.
Yeah. The assembly AB means assembly bill, which is assembly bill HR. What's the number?
Assembly Bill 2943, and it entitles all unlawful business practices, sexual orientation, change efforts.
Right. So it's worded in a way where it's not just books, but it covers books. Matter of fact, you got it, right?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, like the brother's going into, the article is called AB 2943. Okay, and matter of fact, how much you got to read?
I was gonna read the first part and a little bit of the second part.
Read all that, and then I'll bring out.
All right. I'm gonna get straight to
Read it
it.
loud
This
and
is
clear.
this is a little bit down the section. It says the people of the state of California do and act as follows. Section 1. The legislator finds and declares the following. A. Contemporary science recognizes that being lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender is part of the natural spectrum of human identity.
Now, that's 100% false. All right? That's why I'm raising my voice. Read that part again, and I got something here.
Gun. Contemporary science recognizes that being lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender is part of the natural spectrum of human identity and is not a disease, disorder, or illness.
Again, that's exactly what it is. It's exactly a disease. It's exactly an order. I got the notes here. Lord willing, I've been wanting to do a video on this, but Lord willing, I will put it up this week. All right, because
If I could
no, go ahead.
It said what? It said contemporary scientists. What did it say?
Contemporary science.
Right, which contemporary means present, right?
Present, yeah.
Well, you had previous scientists that you know, you did it, right?
Yeah.
That says that to be homosexual was a mental disorder, which you got, you know, which you got.
Contradicts
Yeah,
itself.
con. See, like what the brother just said, all right, what the elder just said, all right? And I got the notes here, and Lord willing, I'll put this video up this week, and the video that I saw, all right? So I got the names here, right? So it said it's contemporary science. See, they try to bring science to it to make the people believe, but it's fact.
Valid.
But it's a fucking false. It's false. That's what proves this man's the devil, man, because it's exactly what it is, all right? Now I'm gonna read this. Yeah, hypocrite, man. Now you got something called the APA, which is the American Psychological Association. Okay. Now this is where all your mental disease are diagnosed. All right. So we could just name a few like bipolar,
Right.
schizophrenia,
And then sociopath.
sociopath. We could just name anything. Anxieties, you know,
Right.
phobias.
Right.
You know what I mean? So all mental conditions, right, that have names today, we just named, and more, they all go through, they all have to be scientifically studied and proven and go through the APA. Now, this is back in, I'm not sure when it was started, but actually, I think I have here 1973. I think it was earlier than that. But anyway, there's a law, all right? There's a law, it's called the Leona E. Tyler Law. All right, and the Leona E. Tyler Law, first of all, let's go into who she is. This woman was basically a prodigy of psychology, all right? She was born in 1906, and she died in 1993, and she wrote like few books. Here's a few of them. The books were Psychology of the Psychology of I don't know what that word is. Like, I'll get it later. Matter of fact, can we look it up so I won't get this wrong? Look up Leona E. Tyler, and then her books. Yeah, I don't want to get his word wrong. So brother's gonna, yeah. It's called Psychology of Something Differences. I forgot.
Leona.
Yeah. Leona E. Tyler.
Oh, Leona E. Tyler.
Yeah. So again, her name is Leona E. Tyler. She was a president of the American Psychology Association for a while, and you know, she was born in 1906. She died in 1993.
Human.
Oh, okay. Con. And she wrote 3 books: Psychology of Human Differences. She wrote more than one. Tests and Measurements, Advanced Mathematics, Development of Psychology. She wrote that in 1959. All right. And so there's a law, like I said, named after her, because I believe the APA was founded under her. Okay, like again, she was supposed to be a prodigy of the psych industry, whatever, so to speak. I'm not good with terms. All right, but this law states, the Leona E. Tyler law states that for any mental condition or sickness, when it's being studied, it has to be proven by science to be an official disease. All right, through the APA, just like you have the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration. You know, all food and drugs have to be passed through the FDA to be approved into society.
Even pills and supplements.
Yeah, pills and supplements, like brothers say. So same thing with mental conditions. It has to go through the APA before it gets a condition. Now, homosexuality, it was real quick, and homosexuality it was proven to be a mental condition, a disease called a disorder called characterizationism or determinism. Why is it called determinism? Because people willed themselves to be gay. All right, you willed yourself to be homosexual. Or it was called characterizationism because a lot of the influences that these people turn into homosexuals comes from the environment that they're comes from a few ways. Comes from the environment they grew up in, comes from abuse as a child, from sexual abuse as a child. People become homosexuals, or people just decide to be gay because they have some kind of mental disorder because they're not loved in their life. At the end of the day, it all deals with love. It all deals with some kind of love. Everybody has some kind of impairment because they didn't have some love in their life. But at the end of the day, these people who are homosexuals, they have mental issues, man. They're not loved. And I met a few bitches like that, man. You know? And faggots too. I don't mean no faggots like that, but that's where it stems from. Now, to get to the point, like I said, I'll put a video this week later on about it, but that's what it is. It's a disease. Oh yeah, and the point is that when during the civil rights, okay, the reason they made this whole homosexual thing not a mental issue, it was all to do with politics. All right, during the civil rights and during the 60s, there were civil rights going on. There were that's when the women's lib started too. That's when what else was going on? And then they included the feminism movement included with the homosexual movement. So the politicians wanted to use the votes of the homosexuals to gain power in policy, because they needed them. Just the same thing with the feminist movement. The feminist movement is all a goddamn hoax. It was put in place, all right, to use for political gain, political power. That's why the whole women's lib feminism movement was used, like we all explained, right, to take the woman out of the house, put her in the corporate world, put her in the workforce, so she get taxed, make the banks, the international banks, more money, right? And then you're hitting so many stones with this one thing. And then the elites, the devil, the so-called white man's government, they can take the kids now, put them in the school system, right? And what do you got today? You guys, little kids being taught that homosexuality is right. This is all orchestrated by the so-called white man, the devil, man. Started from the 70s, all right? Now, the homosexual issue. Now, again, in the APA, under the Leona E. Tyler law, all right, they weren't getting any funds from the government to further the science, to further the proof that homosexuality was a disease. They stopped the funding. They stopped it on purpose because the government, Esau the devil, wanted to use the homosexual movement for political gain. So what they have to do, they have to change the narrative. They have to say, oh no, it's not a disease. It's by choice. These people have rights just like the so-called blacks. They have rights just like the women. It was all part of the plan.
You know, just real quick, you did the same. They did the same thing they did in Germany, right? To bring down the society, they introduced sexual immorality, which is the same thing. So it's all a thing they're following. What's the word I'm looking for? A protocol they're following, or a written trend that they do, man. The way one way they destabilize a country is one way is you give the women certain rights, or you over libertize. I just created a word.
No.
You over libertize the women.
That's what they do in the Middle East in a certain country. I forget. They have women driving now over there.
Yeah, they're giving women so
now the whole country's uproar.
That's how you destabilize a nation. They did the same thing in Germany. They allowed them to they gave them too much liberty, and they also introduced sexual immorality into the society. You know, that's why fucking pornography is $1 billion goddamn industry.
Yeah. Look, check out this stat. The porn industry trumps all sports industries combined as far as making money. And now, look, you got the NFL that makes what? Billions.
They make a few years ago they made $9 billion a year, annually, $9 billion.
And in the NFL,
that was a few years ago. Each year it gets more and more.
And the NFL makes more money than all other major sports.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And here you got the porn industry that trumps all sports combined. You know? So this place is a sexually demonic, perverted place, man.
Right. And it's being done systematically because ultimately they want America financially to fold. They want to do away with America. You know?
So
you want to.
Yeah. So all right. So like we explained, right? So that's fucking bullshit, man. All right. You're born upright. Like, let's get that script. Actually, man is born upright. All right. Man is born upright, man. You're born right. A woman is born straight. A man is born straight. All right. If you're homosexual or gay, you have a fucking mental condition. You have a sickness, man. All right. So that damn article that they brought out, which is AB2943, is a supreme lie, man. All right, if you do the research in the 70s, the whole homosexual movement was done for political gain, man. And it was part of the women's libs, all right? And it was all part of that shit, part of that movement, all right? And another thing, I got another quote here, all right? This is a president of the AP. His name is Cummings, okay? I don't have his full name. Lord willing, I'll put this video out later this week, Lord willing. His name is Cummings. He was a president of the American Psychology Association, the APA, from 1979 to 1980. All right, and this is a quote from him. He says, it is absurd to say homosexuals cannot change. All right, that was a quote he said. Okay, because like I said, I'm gonna post a video later this week with the doctor and the video that I'm gonna do on it. That man is born upright. Many doctors have went on record saying homosexual, and they had one doctor that seen a video. He said he seen 18,000 homosexuals that came in to get therapy. Right? And I think 30 to 40% of them changed, or it might have been even bigger.
Yeah.
It might have been even bigger that they actually changed their life and went back to be straight. So you can get counseling to get out of that, man. To get out of being a homo, man. You know? So that's fucking false, man. Read that article again, Baba Kishar.
Did you find it?
No.
You got the upright one?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Upright, yeah. Man is born upright.
So this is back in the bill. I'll start it.
Upright.
Read it.
This is Section 1. This legislator finds and declares the following. contemporary science recognizes
I got that.
that being lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender is part of the natural spectrum of human identity.
Total bullshit, man. That's a total lie. All right. Again, if you go to the Leone Italo law, it was proven that before you do bring out a study on a mental condition, it had to be backed by science. But during the civil rights, the feminine movement in the 60s, and during that time, they didn't fund. They stopped the funding for the science to prove that homosexuality is a mental condition. It is disease. All right. So that's a damn lie, man.
Gone. It says, or transgender is part of the natural spectrum of human identity and is not a disease, disorder, or illness.
That was it on that?
Yeah, I had a little bit more. I'm gonna just get straight to the point though. It says the task force concluded that sexual orientation change efforts can pose critical health risks to lesbian, gay, and bisexual.
Well, what critical health risks? It can cure you. It can get you
Wait,
out
what
of
did it say?
that.
I just missed that.
It can pose. Go read that part again.
Gun. The task force concluded that sexual orientation change efforts can pose critical health risks to lesbian, gay, and bisexual people, including confusion.
Wow.
They're confused already. What do you mean?
This is why we call the so-called white man the devil. This is coming from not Raheem in the alley somewhere in the Bronx. All right. This is coming from your American government, man.
That's right.
That's passing this law. And who's in control of the American government? None other than the so-called white man. Those are the elected officials in there. And really, who controls the American government are the international bankers over there in Europe, man. Over there in London. All right. The fakinati, the elites. All right. So we can't call the so-called white man the devil. Devil means diablo, which means slander or liar. This is a fucking lie, man. All right? This is a goddamn lie. Okay? You keep going.
Gone. It says I'll read it again. It says the task force concluded that sexual orientation change efforts can pose critical health risks to lesbian, gay, and bisexual people, including confusion, depression, guilt.
Well, first of all, America's called Babylon, man.
That's right.
America's called Babylon. Babylon means, in Hebrew, Babel, which means confusion. This place, America, is confused, man.
Right.
All right? You have all rights for homosexuals and gays to get married, which is totally off, totally against the scriptures. And what they're trying to do in California and all over America, they're trying to bring down the Bible and say that what? Because the Bible condemns homosexuality. It condemns gay people, man. That's not right. You have a mental condition. But the society is telling you, oh no, it's natural. This is false.
I got something real quick. You got more?
Yeah,
I'm gonna finish it.
Go ahead.
Okay. So this is Isaiah 5:20. 5:20.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It says, "Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil.
Yep.
That put darkness for light and light for darkness.
Exactly what's going on.
That put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter."
That's right.
And that's what's happening. How is it you're gonna call somebody? You're gonna say the actions or ways that you can get somebody out of being a homosexual, out of thinking that he wants to be a transgender, and making him think a natural way. It's what was the word they used? It was
You say he was confused.
how is it going to confuse him when now he wants to have sex with a woman? Now he doesn't want to cut off his titties, and then you know what? Since I mentioned that, right? There's another disorder, brothers. Do you want to know another disorder that these transgender people have? Which, Lord willing, I'll do a video on it. It's called body integrity identity disorder.
Oh yeah.
Which is what? When
The
you wanna cut off healthy limbs.
Read that again.
It's called body integrity identity disorder.
The fuck is that, man?
It's when you want to cut off healthy limbs.
Wow.
Which is what transgenders want to do. They want to cut off their healthy rod and create a penis. And now in this situation, you have people that want to cut off limbs.
Pussy, vagina, you mean?
Well, what I say?
It don't matter.
Right.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah,
You know what I mean,
yeah.
right? So what they want to do when somebody wants to cut off a healthy sexual organ and replace it with a false organ or a fake organ, they call that they call that a transgender. They call that, but really that's a mental health issue, man. How is it you want to cut off, which all goes back to,
You're sick, man.
which all goes back to the homosexuality. You know, that's a mental health disorder. You want to have sex with the same, you want to have intercourse or sex with the same sex as you. That's unnatural, and that's what, a mental disorder, man.
And guess what? The stuff, the Lord willing, this brother gonna do it this week. Lord, I'm gonna do a video this week. This is an outrage, man. And I've been wanting to do it, but this is gonna push me to do it through the Spirit of the Lord, Lord willing. But if I don't know if you're done with that article, but the point is that homosexuality can be treated by counseling. That's the only way you get out of that. You know, that's the only way you get out of that in the society. But in the scriptures, we just kill your ass, man. All right. But you can be counseled out of that, man. And there's stats, documented facts to prove that, but it's not released to the public. Okay. It's because they have another agenda. They want you to be sexually perverted, like the brother's going into. They want that because this man is the devil, man. All right,
and that's another way of breaking up a healthy household.
Yes, yeah.
That you allow homosexuals to marry and have sex and to raise children, man.
And now what happens to the kids? Now they're gonna grow up looking at, you know,
thinking it's normal.
It's normal. I mean, they're gonna grow up with a father who cut off his rod and has a pussy now, and you know, and looking at, you know, two freaks, you know. This is America, the place that you live in. This is what you send your soldiers over there to fight wars, to protect ideas like this, man. This place is gonna be destroyed, man. Yeah.
Quick precept. This is 2nd Ezra 15 verse 6. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
Yeah, man. This wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, man. It's all done again by Esau, by the nation of Edom. You white people, man. You devils, man. All right. You're the one pushing out all the wicked ass agenda all over the world, starting from the Rothschilds, man, the international bankers. These are the devils passing this out, because they are the devil. They worship the devil, man. All right. So if you can't talk about it, and they the dumbass, man, I'll tell you, boy, haragim upon you and IUIC, haragim, mashapatyam, all right, ra'anashram upon IUIC and all you dumbass members, everybody like you, man, because these motherfuckers, they saying you can't talk against the so-called white man. Who else doing this? Who's pushing this out there, man? If you can't talk about the so-called white man, just don't read the Bible.
That's right.
You can't read Job 9:24. You can't talk about Jacob and Esau, man, you devil. Who's pushing this? Esau is the nation of Edom. They're the wicked. They're the third part of man. They're the third part of man, which is the sons of the wicked.
That's a major part of the story of the Bible, man. How can you leave him out, man? That's like having a movie with no villain. That's madness, man.
Man,
whatever, man.
I was saying that maybe two of you niggas and IUCB say, man, fuck all of you niggas, man. All of you dummies who believe in that dumb shit, I pray all of you fucking die, man.
Yeah, you know,
all you niggas are off, yo. If you can't talk about the so-called white man, you fucking idiots, man.
wake up.
You better wake the fuck up or die, niggas. The Lord's gonna deal with you, man. That's an abomination. The Most High is coming to destroy the wicked, man. And you wicked 2/3.
Showing you got a lot of zombies in there. Once that was made a law, once he said that, a lot of y'all should have left, man. But they stayed in there. What was the reason why would you agree with something like that? To not talk about Esau, but you know, anyway.
No, you
that's
going,
crazy,
brother.
Man.
You know? That shit can get you pissed off, and you rockhead niggas in there listen to that fucking dummy, man. All surrounded by women who bring confusion. Anyway, let's read, man.
2nd Ezra 15 and 6. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
Yeah,
and
man. Keep going.
And their hurtful works are fulfilled.
Yeah, it's fulfilling, man. Isn't it not true that in America that same-sex marriage is allowed? Did this not happen years ago? So what does this mean? That this place is Sodom and Gomorrah? What happened to Sodom and Gomorrah? Sodom and Gomorrah was fucking destroyed, man. America's gonna be fucking destroyed, man. The Most High, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, they're tired of this place, man. They fucking hate America, and they fucking hate you so-called white people, man. You people are goddamn devil, man. All right, and the Most High is gonna rise his people up, and that's what's happening now, man. And he's gonna get rid of you fucking 2/3, man. Starting with you stupid ass camps. You all the GOCC, IUIC, you know.
Well, yeah, he said what? I'm gonna start on my people first, man. What's that, Peters? It tells you that, man. So the Most High is going to start judgment within Israel and then get to the 2/3, you know, and then reach all the other nations, right? Continue. That was it.
That
You have
was
more in that.
You have more in that article?
Oh yeah.
Look, you read a little article, but I'm sorry. Did you have more in the script?
No, that was it. I was just looking for the Sodom and Gomorrah example.
All right. You get that. Let's go.
I'll read this again. The task force concluded that sexual orientation change efforts can pose critical
Yeah, task force. Right.
can pose critical health risks to lesbian, gay, and bisexual people, including confusion, depression, guilt, helplessness.
I mean, isn't that what they all feel right now?
That's what
You
they
know?
feel.
You know. Right, go ahead.
Helplessness, hopelessness, shame, social withdrawal, suicidality, substance abuse, stress, disappointment, self-blame.
What is this all they're saying now?
They're saying if they
This
curing
they get
them,
canceled. Oh, wow.
curing them will lead to this.
No, that's what this is. Anyway,
Yeah,
let's read. Let's finish this.
Oh, man.
Increased self-hatred, hostility, and blame toward parents, feeling of anger and betrayal, loss of friends and potential romantic partners.
They're just making up shit, man.
Yeah,
They're just making up shit like the devil do. Keep going. You almost done with that?
Yeah, go on. Problems in sexual and emotional intimacy, sexual dysfunction, high-risk sexual behavior.
I heard enough, man. I heard enough, man. I heard enough, man. All right. This bill is an abomination, man. If you niggas do not wake up to this, man, you need to die.
Yeah.
All right. Don't really. At the end of the day, only the electors. And the sad thing about it is, a lot of you stupid ass Americans are gonna forfeit. You're gonna agree. You're gonna agree to this. All right. And the fact is, that's a total fucking false, man. Because at the end of the day, why people become homosexuals or gay? Because they got no love in their life. And it all becomes from the so-called white man destroying certain communities, so-called places that Jake live, where they got no father, all right? They have no head of the house over there. Then you're not getting the right love you're supposed to be getting because your father's not there. Your mother's all out of whack because she's the weaker vessel. I'm not saying all women, but most women, you're not right, man. You're not right. That's why another reason we're in the predicament we are now, because the father is not in our household. And homosexuality stems from child abuse. It stems from your environment that you grow up in. It stems from what else? And not being rejected. Because you do got ugly motherfuckers out there who nobody wants, and they just turn into homosexual.
Yeah.
That's their reason.
That sloppy bitch.
A fat hippopotamus elephant bitch. Yeah, nobody wants you, man. You know. But look, and that's part of the curses too. All right. So and that's called determinationism. I can't speak Salak, but you will yourself to be gay. All right. All right. And how you get out of it is, again, you have to be counseled to get out of that, man. You have to be counseled to get out of it. Or if the counsel don't work, like the law says in the scriptures, you just get put to death. You just get put to death, man. Even if you do a sexual act with an animal, that animal gets put to death too.
Yeah, you and it.
You and the animal. And the animal's innocent, man.
Yeah.
That's how defiling and disgusting this act is, man. All right? And you got faggots. And by the way, this law, right? I wrote it down, right? This law, the AB2943 bill was passed by I thought I wrote it down. Eight homosexual Democrats.
Wow.
Oh, what a coincidence, man.
Shocking.
That's shocking. It wasn't even passed by straight men. This bill was passed by 8 homosexual Democrats, all right? And by legislation, they're the ones sponsoring this bill, okay? What I have here? Okay, yeah, and this bill states that, like the brother was reading, that you cannot get any counseling on it. And why they're trying to talk, and they're trying to tackle the Bible, because why? It's saying the law would state that it'd be unlawful to distribute anything. It'd be unlawful by transaction, sales, or distribution of sales of sexual orientation change efforts.
which includes the Bible, because this is a sexual orientation chain effort. Once you read the Bible, you'll know that to be homosexual is a sin. It's not right. You got the law.
Let me read it again to sink it in their heads, and probably to break down again. Again, the AB 2943 bill is going to be unlawful because transactions, sales, or distribution of sales in efforts to change sexual orientation change efforts. Okay, so that means, again, if you have a book that like a psychology book that talks about, look, you can get yourself better and you don't have to, anything trying to change efforts, or if you try to pay to see a therapist, counseling. If you try to get counseling, look, I did a homosexual act. Oh man, can you help me? Am I gay? Is it wrong? Or I've been, for past few years, I've been having sex with a woman, or I've been sex with a man.
Or I just have thoughts about it.
I have thoughts about it. Can I get counseling? And you want to pay for that? You cannot do that. That's going to be outlawed. You can't read a book on it. That's what includes the Bible. You see? And they did that on purpose just to get to the Bible, though. They did that. They passed that bill on purpose just to get to the Bible, because the Bible condemns homosexuality. You have the law on that, you said?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
This is Leviticus 20, verse 13. If a man lie with mankind as he lied with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely...
An abomination, the filthy, disgusting, decrepit, detestable act in the face of the Most High Yahweh, or Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. All right? We do not tolerate that shit. Number one, it is not natural. All right? Here's the devil saying it's natural. Well, let's figure this out. You can't use the word natural, because natural comes from the word natus, which natus means to be, I believe it's Latin, and it means to bring forth or to give birth. To give birth. Now, how do you give birth in nature? Now, we're in nature right now. How do these trees come into place? By seed. All right? So these trees have seeds, and that's what makes them, that's what makes nature natural, or natural nature, because nature comes from the word natural. All right? Or am I saying it right? I'm saying it right. Right? So to be natural is to be one with nature, and nature comes from word natus, which means to bring forth, to give birth. You only give birth by seed. Anywhere in nature you look at it, you give birth by eggs, which are synonymous to seeds, or man or mammals, we have sperm. That's seed. Flowers have seed. Tree has seeds. All right? That's hey. Matter of fact, can you get Genesis real quick in the first verse? It said fruitful and multiply, like the seed, right? You know what, right?
Like the plants you talking about?
Yeah, just to hit that point, if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So again, that's natural, because it's nature, because it deals with seed and birth. Now, when two homosexuals get together, when a man and a man get together, or a woman and a woman get together, that is not a natural act, because number one, a woman doesn't have a seed when she's having, and another thing, women say they have sex. That you're not having sex, man. Right? You're just doing something totally demonic and perverted. You're doing something sexual perversion. First of all, to have sex comes from word to mean cut. All right? I forget the actual. Well, six or cut. It means to cut. All right?
German, it goes back to the German word, which means cut.
I believe it's karagma, like we always bring out. That's another word. Yeah, this brother got it.
29.
Yeah. So sex comes from the word cut. So when a man has sex with a woman, and this is pathetic. We have to explain this. This is stuff you learn when you're a kid. When a man has sex with a woman, all right, the man breaks the vaginal walls of the woman, and then she bleeds. Now in our customs, we have a custom of that. All right, that's how we would get married. All right, through sex. All right, it's a law on that. When in the book of Exodus, or in the laws, that we go in the bed chambers. All right, and the woman lays down the sheet on the bed, and then the man, does this thing where you have sex with her, and then she bleeds, right? And then that consecrates the marriage, because now you have the cloth,
the token of virginity.
The token of virginity, and she keeps that for the rest of her life to show, look, I'm married. All right.
Right. Then you can give the father the 50 shekels of silver. That's his token of virginity, proving, look, my daughter was a virgin.
If she were to be accused of cheating or whatever have you, or something, basically that's the proof, you know. So that's what sex is, you know. So women and women can have sex, but the point is that when a woman and woman get together, there's no birth coming of that. So it's not natural, all right? It's not natural, man. And the man getting together, that's not natural because you're not going to give birth. It's totally perverted, man. And again, this whole thing about trying to ban the Bible is all linked to bringing this homosexuality. And like the brothers always goes into, the brother always trying to bring that New World Order and that whole homosexual, satanic worship movement into America, man. All right?
Yeah, and it's being done. It's very successful.
Yeah.
29.
Yeah.
Precept? Go ahead.
Was that Romans?
Yeah.
Say we're gonna go into that. Save that one.
You want the
Because
one in
like-
Genesis?
Yeah, real quick.
This is Genesis 1 and 29. And the Most High said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in the which is the fruit of the tree, yielding seed, to you it shall be for meat.
Okay, Con. I just wanted to get the seed part out. That by everything in nature, because we're talking about the trees, and it deals with seeds. But everything in nature, if you want to call something natural, all right, deals with seed. Because why? Natural again comes from the word natus, which means to give birth. So don't give me that bullshit that being homosexual is natural. That's a fucking total lie, because you can't give birth out of that. All right. That was it on that?
That was it, yeah.
Okay.
You want me to get the law?
Yeah, get that law again.
This is Leviticus 20 verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death.
Yeah, you should surely be put to death. That's the law of the Most High Power, Yahweh Shema Shai, the creator of the universe, who has more understanding that you can comprehend, and that's his law, man.
That's right.
That's his law. All right, so going against that, man, you people are the devil. You're trying to ban the Bible. America is through. America is finished. Talking about counseling, talking about homosexuals is a natural act. That's total bullshit, man.
That's right.
All right, that was it on that.
It says, they shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them.
That's right, their blood should be upon them. This is totally, and look, and for you to improve that this place is totally satanic, for these faggots in the movie industry, in the celebrity life, whatever, movie industry, whatever, they all have to commit highly satanic acts, and the highest act is either a blood sacrifice, or not all, and you do homosexual acts.
Mm-hmm.
That's the highest form of if you want to go against God, what do you got to do? You got to do something totally against the Bible. That's how you upset the Most High.
Yeah.
How you gonna upset the Most High by following His laws? You ain't gonna upset Him. If you want to go against the Most High, which a so-called white man is, he is the wicked on the earth. That's why I don't know, you IC motherfuckers, man. You completely are gone, man.
Yeah, gone.
You completely out of here. If you can't talk against the natural act, well, basically, to rise in society, you have to commit highly offensive acts to the Most High, which is no other form besides saying the Lord has leprosy. You're saying that you have to commit homosexual acts. That's a high offense against the Most High for death. And who's promoting that? The so-called white man. Okay, under this is his country, his laws. You have to talk about that. This is what's being taught in your school systems, man. That Nate and all you dumb other camps are he's telling people to go to college, to go to schools. These schools indoctrinate you and indoctrinate your kids at a young age, man. That's why all you kids out here, they're all out of their fucking minds, man. This is a crazy, dangerous, wicked, stupid, reprobate generation, yo. Now you come to the point where they don't want to even identify themselves as a gender. You got the forefront of that is fucking that demonic demon Will Smith kid. Will Smith is a fucking flaming fag. Everybody knows that. And he has sex with his kids also. And you got his kid, not Willow Smith, but Jaden Smith.
Both of them.
Well, both of them fucking demons. He doesn't want to be identified as a gender. He advertises He has his own clothing ad. We're wearing skirts. This guy literally wears skirts every day.
He wears skirt to a prom. You know?
This is beyond wicked.
Hey man, I mean, hey, if this is not the end, man, I mean, you know, that's what proves Esau has to be, the so-called white man has to be Edom, man, because it tells you in the end, Esau is going to be in rulership. If the so-called white man is not Edom, if all this wickedness is happening, that means you mean to tell me it's going to get worse? This has got to be the end, man.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
2nd Ezra 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
That's how we know we're reaching the end now, and that's how you know that Esau isn't done away with. For all you vocab and all you niggas that say Esau is done away with, no. It tells you at the end, before we get our rulership, Esau has to be in rulership, man. That's why we know the so-called white man is Edom, depicted in the Bible.
Let me get that for you real quick.
Read that again.
Go on.
Let me get that for you.
This is 2nd Ezra 6 and 9.
Unless who was speaking? Was it Uriel or Raphael that was speaking to Ezra at this point?
I think it was Ezra's Uriel. Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
So it was Uriel, right? In Ezra 6.
Yeah.
So what? So either Esau is not the so-called white man, or Uriel was wrong. Okay.
And that's blasphemy to say Angel's wrong.
But because we know that throughout the scriptures, we know that Esau is a so-called white man. You know?
And just look at the word, you idiots. Esau in the Hebrew is Ishashua. It means wasted away is he. What's wasted away? His skin pigmentation, man. His skin color, his melanin. The so-called white man has no melanin. They have no color. That's Esau in the scriptures. All right? And they're called the nation of Edom. You know what? Let me get the script, man. You go ahead. I'll
I'll read it again.
Right.
For Esau is, this is 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. Salakia. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Right. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. So that's how we know. We know that Jacob, which means which represents you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, we know through prophecy that we're close to, the Lord is close to returning, and Him placing us on that top position, that top mountain, over the nations. All right. So if we know that, we also have to know that Esau is the so-called white man.
I got it right here. But when you go to Genesis chapter 36, the verse first says, "Now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom." All right. Now it's funny. It talks about proving Esau's Cain. It talks about Esau, versus that Esau took his wives of daughters of Canaan. Ada, the daughter of Elon. Right. Now Cain, I believe Cain did the same thing. I believe he tried to. Matter of fact, I'm not going to go into that. I believe he did try to change his.
Yeah.
He did do that, right? Okay, yeah. That proves that Esau's Cain, because Cain quickly tried to get a dark-skinned woman to try to get the color back to his kids, you know. And that Esau did the same thing. Look, Esau, verse 2. Esau took his wives of daughters of Canaan, right? And daughters of Canaan are Hamites. They're black as hell, right? But that's not the point. The point is that what? Verse 8, it says, "Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir." Esau is Edom. All right, verse 9. "And these are the generations of Esau, the father," right? The father of the Edomites, Adawam, in Mount Seir. All right, Adawam. That's how I say Edom in Hebrew. All right, which means red man. Okay, so Esau, Ishashua, the man with no color, is the father of the Edomites, all right, which are today the so-called white people, man. And it's today the so-called white man is the Rothschilds. Well, Rothschilds means what? Red shield, okay? It means red shield. So the Rothschilds, they know who they are, all right? These Rothschilds are the ones who own, with the Rockefellers, with the richest families of the earth. They own this whole world, lock, stock, and barrel, man. All right. So you people are not free. You got people who are gonna raise hell, pass laws, but you dummies, you are not free. That proves that. Oh, let me go here. That goes to my next point, right? Why I put Donald Trump is Hitler, proving that this place, America, you're not free. Because number one, you have a social security number. You are actually have a stock number. Am I saying about stock number on the stock exchange? All right, you're identified by a number, not by your name. You are every person in America is a walking corporation. That's why on your license plate, on your license, your driver license, all your names are capital letters, because you're a corporation. You're an estate of the bank that makes money. That's why each and every one of us are taxed when we get our check, because we're a walking corporation. We belong technically, well, not technically, we belong according to the penal code system. According to your birth certificate, we are owned by the international bankers. So they own. I don't want to say own us. The Lord owns me, but I'll say, for edification's sake, they own people on earth, man. By your number, by your birth certificate. And I'm not going to go into that. When you go into the birth certificate, everybody knows the study of a birth certificate. All right, that a certificate of birth, when a ship comes into a harbor or a dock, they will have a certificate of birth to say, look, you have the ownership now of everything on the cargo now. All right, just like when a baby's born out of a woman's waters, the baby has a certificate say, okay, you're the property of the government now.
That's right.
So you people are owned, man. You have no rights. So you can't. You could go fight and go write letters to Congress, protest, but it don't matter. The bills are gonna be passed, and they're gonna pass all the state measures they want to, proving that what you're not free, and this is a fascist government. It's under you can say the word better,
Totalitarianism.
It's under a dictatorship. All right. It's under control. You don't have any freedom. That's why they got to bring martial law in here, do something crazy drastic to kill you, like motherfuckers, because you people actually believe that you're entitled and that you're free. But the joke's on you, you dummies. You're not free. See, that's why the scriptures say that
man's goings are of the Lord.
No, well, not that one. Matter of fact, we get it real quick. That's why it says when you come to the Lord makes you free. See, when you come into the truth, the Lord frees your mind into this bullshit, man. Can we get that real quick, Bubba? Sure. Well, you know, the Lord he makes you free. I think it's in John or Matthew's. Just type in free, it'll come up. You know, the Lord liberates you through the truth. You know. Now let me just bring this out. So basically, what America is, right? Through trying to ban the Bible in California, which is going to be across the whole country, right? And they did the same thing in Nazi Germany. It was based on different reasons, because they want to bring up their nationality. They want to bring up their country because it was put down to a low degree by World War I. So they're the nationalists. So that's why they were burning books that were outside influences. But the fact remains that they were burning books to start the takeover when Hitler was taking over Germany and other parts of the country too, other parts of the European continent. All right, and he did it by great speeches. He did it by he did it by also, he controlled art, he controlled the literature, he controlled theater, he controlled film, he controlled music. Now I brought out that your international bankers, they control your 5 stages of government, man. I have it written down here, which is the executive branch, the judicial branch, the legislative branch, media, that's a part of it too, and journalists. You know, they control all of that, because the journalist, which is the bottom, they're supposed to report on all other ones to make sure they're doing the right thing. That's what a journalist does. They're like secret reporters, you know. But the international bankers, they actually control your journalists too. So they control all 5 branches of the government, man. Okay, so that's what Hitler did. He controlled the art, the literature, the theater, the film, music. Okay, he controlled entertainment. He controlled the news. Which, but if you control that, that means what? Propaganda. All right. So that's how America gets you dummies, you robots, you copper tops, you zombies out there to follow its ways, because you're all a bunch of robots being brainwashed, all right, and being controlled by your media, by your news, by way of propaganda. To go to war in Iraq, that was what, for weapons of mass destruction, that never happened, right? To take down Saddam Hussein, who worked for the international bankers in the place anyway. That was all staged to convince you dummies to go to war. Just like right now, you being convinced that homosexuality is right, you being convinced that women are equal to men. You be convinced that evolutionary is right. You can be convinced that anything Esau want to tell you as far as the media, you people eat it up and believe it. All right. So if they're gonna pass an article which says AB, what's the assembly?
Yeah.
AB Assembly 5943.
Assembly bill.
If it says that okay, homosexuals are naturally, there's nothing wrong with it, you people are gonna believe it, man, because you're stupid and you're demon and you're fucking idiots. You're a reprobate. Okay. Anyway, I just want to bring this out. That it said that Hitler, he was set up anyway. The guy was a setup from the international bankers, but they turned their back on his ass, just like they did to Saddam Hussein. Hitler said one thing. He said he was great at he gave great speeches, right, to rile up the Germans, and he had many slogans. Now get this. Here's a slogan that he used. He said he would make Germany great again. I'm gonna read that again. Hitler said he would make Germany great again. I'm gonna read it again. Hitler said he would make Germany great again. Now, I don't gotta go through the whole theatrics. You already know who's saying that today. No other than Donald Toupe Trump. He's saying the same shit. He's saying the same shit, saying what? That he can make America great again. America's not getting great. It's getting worse. You got riots, sedition among men. You got businesses being sold. You got people being deported. You got him trying to build a wall. You got him putting remember you put putting regulations on China. It's getting worse. All right. So let me see. That was pretty much it. Another thing that Hitler did, he would it says, I'll read it. It says he proved a master at denouncing those conventions and manipulating media. All right, just like Trump's doing now. He talks against the media. It said he would crush the alien ideologies of socialism, liberalism, and communism that were underlining the nation's values. All right, so basically, Hitler, basically Trump is doing the same thing. He's reading the same book Hitler followed. Okay, because Hitler's talking against the media. Hitler's bashing the media. The same thing Hitler did to gain the people's belief. And guess what? I just saw a stat to say that what? That Trump support amongst so-called blacks amongst Jake is went up 37% approval, when last year was at 9%. All right. So him persuading the people is working. All right. Get back to scripts. That was it.
I had
7 now. All right, we got to wrap it up.
I got one precept.
Finish with Romans.
This is Revelation 22, and I'm gonna start at verse 18. For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, the Most High shall add unto him the plagues that are written in the book, in this book. Verse 19. And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, the Most High shall take away his part out of the book of life, and out of the holy city, and from the things which are written in this book. And showing you what Esau's trying to do, what? Away with the Bible. Because the Bible completely destroys that homosexual, transgender bullshit. Yeah. You know, it talks about it doesn't tolerate it, and they're trying to do away with that. Why? Because Esau is with his wickedness trying to promote the wickedness to the people, so that they could, you know, be accepted into being gays, lesbians, transgender,
and they accept it,
right? And of course, he's this devil's trying to do away with the Bible, because the Bible speaks nothing but truth. And Esau and his wicked ways, what the scripture says, that he's estranged from the womb. He speaketh lies. Yeah. All right, so that's all Esau is about. You know, promoting lies, telling the people that it's all right to be this, it's all right to be that. You know, but that's all prophecy. You know,
that's right, brother. Prophecy. You want to finish up with Romans?
Yeah.
Yeah. Something with John real quick.
Yeah, you wanted. I got John 8:32. It says, because you were going into truth, right? It says, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
Beautiful. And that's the simple truth. I don't need to go into that, all right? But the simple truth of the matter is, being homosexual is not fucking natural. Again, natural comes from the word natus, which means to give birth. You cannot give birth by same sex, whatever you guys do, all right?
Abomination.
Yeah, abomination, man. In the Bible, the Most High, the Most High don't tolerate that, man. The Most High, the power of Israel, does not tolerate the true entity and the true creator of the whole universe, man. As simple as that. This man, the so-called white man, is the devil. If you ain't talking about the so-called white man, you're the devil too.
That's right.
That means all IUIC, you're nothing but the devil. Nate, you're the devil, man. Anybody who follows suit, you're nothing but the fucking devil and the Antichrist. And fuck you, man.
God.
Right, so this is Romans 1 verse...
I'm sorry, and it said the truth shall set you free. So this truth is going to give you freedom and liberty. Because at the end of the day, all you people who have or gay homosexual, you have a mental condition. You have problems, man. All right? You need to die. All right? I mean, that's the way the Bible is, but in this world, you can get counseling, and there's stats out there to prove that you can get counseled out of that, man. But they're trying to pass this bill to try to take away counseling or books or whatever have you, videos, for you to stop to get counseling because it's going to be made unlawful.
Right. It says, this is Romans 1 and 26. It says, for this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections.
That's right. And this is Paul who wrote this, all right? Because it was the same thing going on back then. And guess what? It was amongst our people, man. He was writing to our people. Because this Bible is, let's get that clear. This Bible, this truth is only for the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You fucking rebellious rockheads, all right? But 2/3 of you will die, all right? And we can't wait for that, all right? But 1/3 and the elect, who we out there preaching this word for in the spirit of Yahweh Shemai Shai, that's what we out here for. And Paul wrote this to the Israelites.
It says,
I have the word vile real quick. This is in the Greek, atomia, and it's dishonor, ignominy, and disgrace. That's the word for vile in the blue letter.
right. It says, for this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into which is against nature.
See, what's the natural use of a woman? We have to explain it like a little 2-year-old. A natural use of a woman is to receive, rod or whatever you want to call it, sex from a man, man, and to give birth and have kids. That's the natural use of a woman. Huh?
It says,
not dildos and all this fucking bullshit this society fucking goes into, man. This place is fucking demonic cesspool, man, and it's gonna be destroyed. It's already destroyed. It already happened. Keep going.
It says, and likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lusts one toward another.
Yeah, natural point of a man is to put seed in a woman. That's what makes you a husband. You can't call yourself, oh, I take my husband and we're both husbands. You dumb nigga. A husband means to plant. A husband means to plant seed. How you gonna be a husband to another man if, anyway.
Right. Yeah, the brother GMS Watch and Pray gave Isaiah 3 and 9. The show I'll just read it.
Yeah.
It says, Isaiah 3 and 9, the show of their countenance doth witness against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom, they hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. And that's the model of America. I'm gay, gay pride, I'm gay, and I want the whole world to know. Yeah. And they do some vile shit on them fucking parades. They have sex, you give each other blowjobs, all this detestable shit right in front of kids, And then they indoctrinate the kids to cross-dress and be transvestites and shit.
I just saw fucking a new golf course, a naked golf course. I don't know if it was America or in Australia. All these grown men butt naked playing golf. This place proved that this place is Greek, because what's it? Gym comes from gymnos, which means naked.
Right.
I believe, right?
Yeah.
All right. All about that naked and free crap. They believe freeness is being naked. Like that proves that they're animals, man. All right. Let's keep going.
It says, and likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of a woman, burned in her lust one toward another, men with men working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves the recompense of their error which was meet. Now, what did they receive in the recompense of their error? Was all those diseases you get from homosexuality, man. The number one cause of anal cancer is what? Homosexual sex. You get all type of diseases because what? The anus or the asshole was not meant for sexual use, man.
That's right.
That's a one-way street. It's only something comes out, not something goes in. You know. And it says which was meat, and the word meat in there is spelled M-E-E-T, which means good. So that all those diseases that they receive for homosexual sex, it is good in the eyes of the Most High, man.
That's what Alexander the Queer, we call him, or Alexander the Great, we call him, because that guy was a homo, man. He was a faggot. All right. And how did Alexander the Great die? He died because he had a fucking colon disease, man. He was getting popped in the butt too much, you know, all that bacteria, and you already know the rest. All right. That's what happened to him, man. All right.
It says, and even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind.
That's what the society is, man.
That's right.
Can we look up reprobate real quick? Reprobate mind. Sure.
It says, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, and whispers. You see, in that article it said, what will happen if you get out of that mind fuck, right? You get all, but it tells you what happens if you continue in it right here, man. You know, which is total opposite, man. You got, you know, you got the definition?
Yeah, Khan. This is from the blue letter. Adokemos, reprobate, not standing the test, not approved, properly use of the which does not prove itself such as it ought, unfit for, unproved.
That was reprobate?
Reprobate. And then it says unapproved, rejected.
I'm sorry, read that again. Sorry, I'm sorry about that.
Khan, this is reprobate. I'll get straight to the point. That which does not prove itself such as it ought, unfit for, unproved, spurious, reprobate. And then right here it says unapproved, rejected, by implication, worthless, cast away, rejected, reprobate.
Etymology is a better one to look up.
Yeah,
Go ahead, etymology.com.
Right. Well, we know the word reprobate. We know that means what? Void of judgment.
Yeah.
So the Most High will give you over to that reprobate mind. You don't know, or you wouldn't, or you don't want to accept that homosexuality is a abomination, man, unto the Most High. No matter if it says it in the scriptures, no matter if you have the prophets out there telling you about it, man. The Most High will give you up to that spirit of accepting and being a homosexual and a vile creature, right?
Reprobate, one rejected by the Most High.
You see it? That's why go to etymology.com. It's good.
That's from the online etymology. Abandoned or unprincipled person.
See, your mind is abandoned. The Most High took common sense out of your head, because to believe homosexuality, you have no common sense. You have a reprobate mind. The Lord took that away from you, man. And that's what America is, and that's what the devil is. He doesn't have any common sense, man, the so-called white man. All right, this Bible is against the wicked. If you can't talk about the so-called white man, you're the devil yourself. All right, IUIC, Nate, you fucking bitch, devil. And anybody who follows that shit. All right, read that again. Reprobate means void of judgment. You have empty judgment. You can't discern shit. The Lord gave you that. That's a curse.
Yeah.
That proves this place is cursed, man.
Reprobate, one rejected by the Most High, abandoned or unprincipled person. And then when you go up more, it says rejected.
Yeah, no principle, no scruples, man. No morals. All right, you have no morals, no principles. That's what a reprobate is, man. That's you Americans, man. That's you 2/3.
Oh, well, I was going to say rejected as worthless. Disapprove, reject, condemn, Opposite of.
That's why, and it says worthless. That's why the judgment of a homosexual act was what? Death, man. Because in the eyes of the Most High, you were considered worthless.
Lord.
You don't even understand judgment. So the Most High, what? He has to get rid of you. He has to cut that cancer out of Israel.
Hey, brother man, a beautiful point to the spirit. Why are you worthless? Because according to the Genesis, the first chapter, right, of the Holy Scriptures given to our people was what? The Scriptures say, be fruitful and multiply. We're supposed to be on earth having as many kids as we want to, man. All right, but in society, they're trying to do that. They're trying to put these abortion clinics in our neighborhoods, man. They're trying to make you do abortions. They're trying to make you wear condoms to make you what's the word? Sterile.
They have male birth control. They just came out with to make men sterile. They put that in the foods. What do you think? What is that?
FDA.
EPA. The shit that's
EPA?
in plastic. What's
Oh
that
yeah,
shit
yeah.
called?
Yeah, damn. Of course.
What's that shit in plastic?
I know you're talking about.
You don't know.
I forgot. I always.
The shit that makes they put a chemical plastic to make you sterile.
Bisphenol A.
Bisphenol A.
Bisphenol A.
Yeah. BPA. Excuse me.
Yeah.
BPA. They make that. What does that do? That fills men up with what? Estrogen. The same thing that's in cans. That's why it says in the scriptures, "You shall eat shit and live." Man, really, we supposed to. Man, that's why these bodies are so are deteriorating the way it is, man.
That's where we go. Ball.
Even if you eat healthy, you know, even when you eat healthy, you still eating shit.
Yes,
That's right. So that was it in Romans.
All right, yeah, that's it. So we'll close up. Today's a holy day. We're coming into a Day of Atonement, which is coming in about 15 minutes or so. So hey man, with that, heavy times. This is what we're talking about, man, and all the brothers doing shows out there proving, man, the so-called white man's the devil. If you can't talk about the so-called white man, if you can't talk about the devil, you can't talk about you can't talk about nothing, man. Just put the Bible down, man. Matter of fact, give me one more script, Job 9:24. We'll finish on that.
This is Job 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked.
The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. How? The international bankers on the planet, all right, they have enough money to wipe out America's debt and to give every person in America a damn Mercedes in their parking lot, in the driveway, and a house. All right, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, man. That's the so-called white man. So with the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Oppenheimers, that's the wicked. If you can't talk about the wicked, you put the Bible down.
That's right. He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
He covers the faces of judges thereof. Who are the judges? The ultimate judge is Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai. How did they cover the face? By iconoclasm. Icon means icon or icon destroyer. All right. How did they do that? By whitewashing our images, man. Or during the Renaissance period, by destroying statues, taking off the noses. All right. That's how he covered the faces of the images thereof. And first of all, by putting the Most High, depicting him as leprosy, and his son, Yahweh Shai, our Lord and our Savior, depicting him as Sijabojid. All right? Had leprosy. Because the trueness of the face of our judges, we have color. And we are depicting the Bible having color and white and woolly hair, man. They covered the faces of the judges.
If not, where and who is he?
Yeah, if not, if the so-called white man, if that's not the so-called white man who controls the earth, because the earth is given it to him, and he covered the faces of the judges by hiding our history, right? By putting his face as the image of the God of the Bible, then he did it. Then if it's not him, who is he? Who is the devil? Who is the wicked? It's none other than the so-called white man, Nate, IUIC, fucking demons, man. Fuck you. All praise to the brothers, man, doing the work out there, pushing the truth. We doing this for the elect. All praise to Barak Yahweh Shema Shai, by Shem Kwab with Dash. Double honors to our apostle of GMS, who taught us this truth. We're going to have the 100% spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai in them. And salutations to you brothers out there, man. Pushing this truth, man. All right? Shalom.
Shalom.